If you just tune in, you're welcome to Bina TV Weekend News Update. My name is Alimatu Ishau. Coming up in our headlines. New ultra-modern National Mosque Complex at Kanda in Accra commissioned. Zongo Democrat holds press conference to address high rates of death toll in Muslim communities by security personnel. And Multimedia Group petitions Ashanti Regional Police Command over verbal threat against their journalist Erastus Zongo. Details of these stories comes up shortly. In our first story, the new ultra-modern National Mosque Complex has been commissioned after a successful completion. The commissioning saw the presence of the National Chief Imam of Ghana, Sheikh Dr. Osman Nuhu Shaributu, Ghana's President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, and the President for Religious Affairs of Turkey, His Eminence Professor Ali Erba. It will be recalled that the NDC, under the leadership of late Jerry John Rawlings, replaced the present-day Rawlings Park land with that of the current National Mosque site at Kaokudi to enable the Muslim community to construct a befitting National Mosque complex. Several attempts to get the mosque completed by the Ghanaian Muslim community failed until the Turkish government, through the Turkish NGO, came in to facilitate its construction. President Akufo-Addo addressed Muslims on the successful construction of the new ultra-modern National Mosque complex in Accra. A group known as Zongo Democrat has held a press conference in Accra to address the rampant death toll of Muslims and Zongo dwellers in the country. Convener of Zongo Democrat, Sheikh Hussein Zakaria Mubarak, cited instances where some Zongo youth were intentionally killed by state securities.
So the reason why we organized the press conference, Zongo Democrats organized the press conference, is to tell the system, the world, the government, our leaders that enough is enough with the killing of Muslims and Zongo people and vulnerable Ghanaians, voiceless Ghanaians. The killings are too much. When you go to Kumasi, Zongo 7, they killed 7 Zongo young men, and initially they were tagged to be armed robbers. After the fact-finding committee came out with the fact that they were not armed robbers, the investigation resulted into nothing. Okay, they were just compensated with some peanuts. The bereaved family were just compensated with some peanuts, and that is it. Okay, we are not hungry. It is not money we are looking for. The justice system should work. When Ali Kalamul Faida was killed, nothing had happened. When the Zongo 7 were killed, nothing happened. When Kaka was killed and the policemen came, we expected the policemen to enforce law, not to shoot and kill. Not to shoot and kill. Because those people that the policemen killed these 2 guys from, okay, Murtala Muhammad and Abdul Nasser Muhammad, these people came from the cemetery. They came from the cemetery. They went to bury Kaka and they were coming back. They were not demonstrating. They were not engaging in any procession. They went to the burial, the cemetery, and they were coming back. And the policemen met them, and 2 other Muslim Zongo boys gunned down. Until when would we be treated like animals in Ghana, like valueless entities in Ghana? What we are saying is, what we organized the press conference to say is, enough is enough. Enough of the killings. That is why we organized the press conference. Thank you.
The Multimedia Group on Tuesday, July 13, petitioned the Deputy Regional Police Command in the Ashanti region, demanding security protection for Mr. Erastus Zongo, a journalist at Multimedia. The Asin Central MP was alleged to have verbally abused and threatened to attack Mr. Zongo for the work he undertook during the recent shootings and killing incidents at Ijura. The Ghana Police has assured Ghanaians that it is committed to protecting life and property in the country, the letter read. Deputy Regional Police Command DCOP David Ejiman says his outfit has begun investigations into the former complaint filed by Multimedia Group against Asin Central MP Kennedy Ohini Ejapon, threatening the life of one of its staff and journalist, Erastus Asaridonko. According to the statement issued by the police command, the police will delve into the complaint it has received and will periodically communicate their findings after their investigations. Meanwhile, the Asin Central MP has been dragged before the Privileges Committee of Parliament due to the verbal threat against Mr. Erastus Donko. Ghana's Parliament has approved the controversial loan agreements of 28 million and 3.5 million each for members of Parliament and Council of State members to procure official vehicles. The government is set to bear 60% of the loan with accrued interest. The Finance Committee of Parliament suggested to the House to discontinue the practice in the future. Sadia Hussein, an alleged eyewitness who claimed to have spotted the elder brother of slain social media activist, has appeared before the three-member committee probing into the disturbances that followed in the death of Kaka, the social media activist.
So, Lord, when at the time she knocked at the door of Sadia, by the time she would turn, Baba Idi had turned off and was going out. So she was shouting that somebody has caused damage and the person is running away. Come out and see the person.
Away from that story, the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, SHRAJ, has been petitioned to investigate the payment of allowances to current, former first and second ladies, and at the time their spouses were in power. The petitioners want the allowances paid to the sitting former first ladies and second ladies to be refunded. First Lady Rebecca Kufu and Second Lady Samira Baumia have committed to refunding all monies given to them as allowances from 2017 to 2021. The petitioners felt allowances given to previous first and second ladies under the NDC government from 2009 ought to be retrieved and paid to the Consolidated Fund. And this is all we have for you. But before we go, let's take a recap of stories that made headlines. Commission for Human Rights and Administrative Justice has been petitioned to investigate payments of allowances to current, former first and second ladies, respectively. Health Minister explains reasons for the termination of COVID-19 vaccines to Parliamentary Committee. Ghana's Parliament approves controversial loan agreement of 28 million and 3.5 million car loan for parliamentarians and Council of Members. Zongo Democrat holds press conference to address the high rate of death toll in Muslim communities by security personnel. Multimedia Group of companies petitions Ashanti Regional Police Command over verbal threat against their journalist Erastus Donko. And new ultra-modern National Mosque complex has been commissioned in Accra. That's all we have for you. Thanks for doing the watching. My name is Awudu. Do enjoy the rest of our programs.